Okay, stop me if this sounds familiar. You've read the books, you've done the journaling, you can name any emotions like a psychology textbook, but you still feel stuck. While everyone else seems to be healing and posting about their breakthroughs, you are wondering why everything feels more like a prison than freedom. If you're someone, if you're the person everyone comes for for support, if you're emotionally strong but feel invisible, then this might be the most important thing you might hear today. Hi guys, I'm Tato and this channel is called BothoWellness. So I'm Tato from BothoWellness, and today we're talking about something that might sound counterintuitive: how self-awareness can actually trap us. Because if you're someone who's who's been on this journey for a while, you might have noticed something that you noticed yourself. You might notice that feeling yourself isn't the same as feeling free, and there's a reason for that. But before anything else, story time. I need to tell you something. I wasn't always someone who talked about emotions. After high school, I just knew I was tired, emotionally and mentally exhausted, but I knew I didn't have the words for it. See, after, like the school was always closed, but the self-help book section at the local bookshop, that was always wide open. I started reading, but not even knowing what I was looking for. But I just wanted to feel free again. I just wanted to feel something, and these books that I read helped me realize I've been suppressing things from high school. Yeah, no, I hated high school. You know, I felt like I was forced into it every day, and somewhere along the way, I just stopped feeling anything at all. Like I just survived, and then, but then I, but then but then self awareness opened a new door for me. I started noticing my emotions. I can finally feel things: sadness, frustration, anxiety. But here's where it got hard. So instead of analyzing my feelings, I started analyzing them. I would say I'm sad because I didn't rest today, or this anger is rooted in childhood. I just turned my emotions into puzzles, and it made me feel stuck again. Because not like before, but just tangled up in my own thoughts. But that's when I learned this paradox. I learned that awareness is powerful, but it's not the same thing as healing. Sometimes your mind needs to sit down so that the heart can speak. So what exactly am I talking about? What is this paradox? It's this it's this tool it's the very tool that's supposed to free us that becomes our cage. See, become aware of your patterns, your triggers, and your emotional responses. You can explain why you feel the way that you feel, but somehow you still feel stuck. You know you have abandonment issues, but you still feel you still panic when someone doesn't text you back. You understand your perfectionism stems from childhood, but you still can't submit to that perfect project. You're aware of your people pleasing tendencies, but you still can't say no. And here's what's really happening: we're confusing understanding with healing. We think that we can just analyze our emotions enough. If we can just analyze the emotions enough, then we can, explain them well and and categorize them perfectly enough, even though they will magically resolve. But emotions aren't like math problems that need to be solved. They are experiences that need to be felt. And if you're someone who takes care of others, if you're the friend everyone calls for, the colleagues who always helps, the family member who holds everyone's together, then this paradox hits differently because we've gotten really good at understanding others, people's emotions, but you can even actually no, not a but. You can spot someone. You can spot when someone's deflecting, when they're hurting, when they need support, when they've developed this incredible emotional intelligence. But when it comes to your own emotions, you treat them like a case study. You say things like, "Oh, I'm depleted because I just gave too much energy onto gave too much energy to others today," and this resentment is because you is because I. That's what you say. Resentment is because I don't feel appreciated for my own thought and efforts. You intellectualize your pain instead of honoring it. You analyze your exhaustion instead of resting in it. You explain your loneliness instead of simply acknowledging that you feel alone. And that's not healing, that's just emotional bypassing. So, how do we break free from this paradox? How do we move away from an analysis to actually healing? First, we need to understand that feeling is not the same thing as thinking. When an emotion comes up, before you ask yourself, why am I feeling this? Ask yourself, what does this feel like in my body? Where do you feel the sadness? Is it heavy in the chest? Tight on the throat? Stay with the sensation, not the story. And second, give yourself permission to not understand everything. See, sometimes healing happens in the mystery and the not knowing and the simple act of being present with what is. And third, you need to feel your your emotions with the same compassion that you give a friend. You know, stop being your own emotional detective and stop being your emotional companion. The goal isn't to eliminate difficult emotions or perfectly understand them, but the goal is just to be present, to let them move through you, to honor them as much information rather than problems to solve. So here's something you can try today. So the next time you notice yourself explaining your emotions, just pause, take deep breaths, and instead of asking, why do I feel this way, ask, how can I feel this way? How can I be feeling this way right now? So maybe this means that maybe it means like crying without needing to know why. Maybe it just means sitting with your anxiety without trying to fix it. Maybe it means feeling angry without immediately analyzing its origin. Remember, you don't have to understand your emotions to honor them. You don't have to solve your feelings to validate them. Because true self-awareness isn't about the answers about yourself. It's about willing to sit with the answers and be present with the mystery of your own presence and existence. And as for the caregivers watching this, you deserve the same gentle present that you give to others. You don't need to you don't need to have it all figured out. You can just rest. You just need to be felt. And if this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. And if you're someone who gives others but feels unseen, I see you. And I'll see you guys in the next video, guys. Please take care of yourself. It's only rare of us. Thanks, guys. Peace.